Richard, we see so many high-scoring matchups in this league, and tonight will likely be the exact opposite of that.
Well, and that's what happens when you get two defensive-minded teams going against each other. They don't make mistakes, they communicate at a high level, and they play with a ton of heart. I expect this to be a physical, grinded-out kind of game.
Kind of old school, then.
Who doesn't love some old school?
That's right. Here's the starting group for Houston. Porter Jr. is the point with Green on the wing. The post pairing forms Smith along with Şengün. And it's Nwaba in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Niang, covered by Smith. It's stolen by Smith. Knocked away. Porter passes to Green. Back to Porter. Here's Şengün. Now the pass to Smith. He can't get that one. Now the 76ers take it the other way. They won their last game against the Rockets in Houston.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
And if they can keep that same physicality, you have to think they'll be in a good position to grab another win here.
Shots good by Green.
It is impressive how Green can sink shots after contact. Great body control for a player his size.
It's easy to see what a great facilitator Kevin Porter is. His vision and instincts are terrific.
Yeah, he can find his own shot, too. He's crafty. He's got the footwork. He creates the separation. He's not shy about going to the cup either.
Philadelphia shooting their first free throws here tonight.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
When you have an MVP caliber player like Joel Embiid, you have to be in win mode now. And the Sixers are doing everything they can to get their big fella to the finals.
Both shots good from the stripe. Is it hard, Richard, to balance the present and the future if you're a team like the 76ers?
No, you should have 100% focus on here and now. Why? Because players like Embiid only come around every 20, 30 years in your franchise. So you should just hedge all of your bets and try and get it done while you have the window.
And it feels like that is truly the direction. There's no deviating from it at all.
No, that's the direction. You look at the champions, the Golden State Warriors, the Milwaukee Bucks, the Lakers, they have all done the same thing. They went into win now mode.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Here's Nwaba after the Sixers pick up 2. Bucket 6. Here's Porter, and the rejection by Embiid.
Yeah, defensively, Embiid can take over a game with his reach. Big block from him there.
And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you've got to love that energy.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Philadelphia ball.
Philadelphia with the ball. Here's P. Turned in an outstanding game against Brooklyn. Pass to Maxey. from 12 feet out. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
The 76ers lead. Thibault for 3. Şengün with the
2
rebound.
minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Now, here's Nwaba. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Boy, this hurts to have to bring up, but I was there for the Rockets title-winning days back in
Shooting for
'94
Houston,
when I was with the
David
Knicks. I
Nwaba.
saw Houston
Taking
in
2
the
shots.
finals firsthand.
And he knocks down the first one. Back-to-back titles for the Rockets in the mid-90s. You were just talking about that. Greg, what sticks out to you about those teams?
First and foremost, the dream. Hakeem Olajuwon, he doesn't get his due at times, but the dream is one of the all-time greats. Olajuwon's defense really changed games.
And so Nwaba nails both of them. We've got 1:55 left to play in the first quarter. Harden bounce pass. The feed to Hero. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Shoots from the baseline. A shot by Milton, no good. Rockets have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Here's Nwaba, and the layup's good off the glass.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Yeah, it's nice to see him be assertive instead of settling for a jump shot, especially in the first quarter.
Here's Harden. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
In the paint, Harden, man, he's just a tough guard. If you get too close, you know that this man is a master at drawing fouls.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin. Well, here's what Houston's head coach had to say earlier. He said a primary concern is to prevent those easy three-point looks from outside. He said closing out hard on the shooters is going to be the key. If they don't bother the shooters, he said, it's going to be a very long 4 quarters. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Devising a strategy to take away that three-point shot. Gets it to go. That one good for Melton.
Don't you forget, Harden's won the assist title now. This man can pass that rock.
They time it right. They can end this quarter with a 2 for 1.
And that's how you want to end the quarter.
We've got 28 seconds left in the first. Here's Nwaba. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
And Harrell slams it in.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Here's Christopher. He's guarded by Melton. Here's Martin. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they need to emphasize rebounding going forward.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. 76ers ahead. They lead by a bucket. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return.
All right, coming out to the court right now, it's your Sixers.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think? Players enjoyed the rest they get during All-Star Weekend. But, Greg, you think it should be moved to later in the season?
I like how the current format splits up the season, but it seems more fair to hold an All-Star towards the end of the season so that voters get a more complete look at each player.
The 76ers leading by 6. Korkmaz passes to Pete. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Near the three-point line, it's Porter. Another miss by Houston.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. .152 left here in the second. Maxey against Green. Houston needs to get a shot. Here's Şengün. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Sixers ball.
And the 76ers with some changes. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Embiid. Shake Milton comes in for Korkmaz. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Maxey. The 76ers leading by 10. On the wing, Melton. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
That's his first
And, you know, DeAnthony Melton's progression as a shooter has been impressive.
Yeah, he struggled on the pull-up jumpers early in his career, but he worked at it, and now he's very efficient. His offense is almost as good as his defense at this point.
Shoot two.
First free throw is good. Richard, if there's one thing the Rockets want to emphasize this year, it's defense.
Yeah, no question. They've been one of the worst defensive teams in the league the past few seasons. To turn your fortunes around, you gotta focus on defense. It's the most important thing.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the 76ers. The Rockets also changing it up. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Şengün. And David Nwaba subbed in for Jalen Green. And about the 76ers, Richard, they've been impressive.
Yeah, they've been on a 50-win pace for about the last 5 seasons. And with Joel Embiid every single year, you are going to be a contender. This is their window, and they are bringing in the talent to get it done.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, P in the last game against Brooklyn put on a show. He grabbed 24 points, and he did a great job of letting the game come to him, connecting on a number of his shots.
The line for the Rockets.
That game had his name all over it.
Two shots.
Kevin, I'm sure he wants to write his name again over this one.
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
And the first one at the line is good.
And Jae'Sean Tate, talk about positional flexibility. I don't know if you'd call him an oversized guard or an undersized forward.
He even played some center at Ohio State. NBA scouts weren't sure what his position was. He kind of flew underneath the radar, went undrafted, but everybody knows his name now.
And both free throws good for Tate.
And some added toughness on the roster. Something Philly knew they needed after last year's playoffs. The hope is adding scrappy veterans like P.J. Tucker and DeAnthony Melton will help them further this go-round. And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score, or just great ball movement.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
Here's Christopher. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Another shot. The shot by Cauley Stein. No good. The 76ers leading by 12. The shot's good from Milton.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Houston's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Now, here's Tate, defended by Milton. Just 5 to shoot. Waba passes to Christopher. He grabs the miss. And here's Melton. Lays it up off the glass. Melton's got 6.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You got to like what P has done in this game.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
And so in the game for the Rockets, the post pairing for him, Smith along with Şengün. Porter Jr. is the point with Green on the wing. And it's Nwaba in at the 3 spot. Porter, no luck. Philadelphia leading by 16. Pass to Niang. And no good. Smith with some nice D. Rockets shooting only 27% from the field, looking pretty ugly out there. Back to Porter. They kick it out to Green. Lets it go from deep. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Well, Greg, what can you say about Joel Embiid's growth from a leadership perspective? Pretty impressive, isn't it?
Tremendous, Kevin. Carrying the Sixers with everything they went through. Even though he came in second in MVP voting 2 years in a row, no player more important to his team than Joel Embiid.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Now, Jalen Green is on a mission. He says, every time I step on the floor, I always have something to prove to who's ever in those stands. A lot of people will hate on me or have their opinions. I'm just going to think about that when I step on the floor. I'm going to prove everybody wrong. Kevin?
That's a great chip to keep on his shoulder. David, thanks. And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. Greg, Father Time is undefeated, and every player has to make the decision when it's time to retire. How big a factor was age for you?
Well, you don't want to leave anything on the table, but your body will tell you when it's time. I know that was the case for me.
James Harden, he's checked in for Philadelphia. And it's Harden with the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That'll be the second game of a 5-game homestand. Passes it to Thibault. And the call is going to be... Yes, it is. An illegal screen.
Beyond the lean, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Sixers with a completely new group now. So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4.
And he's at 73% this year at the foul line. Adequate, but not spectacular.
The free throw drops for Melton. GA, the Houston Rockets coming off back-to-back losing seasons, and that has been tough for that franchise and for the city.
And Kevin, no doubt it affects the team's morale. It's hard to find the positives and see the road ahead, but listen, you got to stay strong and focus on just getting better every day.
Back to Tate. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots over Melton, and the shot is long.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. Incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Here's Christopher. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Philadelphia going to the break, holding an enormous 36-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Right back after this break. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. The 76ers shooting a magnificent 69% in this game.
Substitution on the court.
Here's P. A minute 50 left to play here in the fourth. Here's Korkmaz. Nwaba defending. The pass to P. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Shot clock at 5. Another miss by Philadelphia. Houston's gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Here's Smith. He can't get it to go. So Philadelphia will take it the other way.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. And this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the 76ers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And the strong effort here will convert into what will be their 50th win on the season.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-game.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for James Harden.
And his playmaking is what stood out to me, effortlessly creating for his teammates.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
Now that James Harden has left Houston, can we appreciate the 8 years he just had with the Rockets? He was an all-star every season in Clutch City.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And you mentioned it, looking at the accomplishments for Harden in Houston, I mean, absolutely incredible.
Yeah, look, 8 seasons, and let's go down the list. 6 first-team All-NBA selections, an MVP, 3 scoring titles. Harden carried that franchise at times. Nearly got Houston to the finals, just ran into some tough luck. Well, yeah, and also the Warriors. They are tough luck.
They are. He also had the right coach, didn't he? The right coach at the right time for the right player.
Mm-hmm.
44 seconds left in the game. Pass to Tate. With the drive. Drops in the layup for 2.
If the defense lets him inside, he will not hesitate. He'll gladly drop that thing right in the cup.
P passes to Tucker. Here's P. Shoots, and the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Tate kicks to Matthews. beyond the arc. Misses there. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.